Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Suppy and Bales on New Gettysburg. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Suppy, representing evil geniuses. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is Bales, representing Team Elevate, not Flipside Tactics. He moved. He has moved since this was played, but this is from Cheeseadelphia, 2016. Figured to cast another couple of those games, as they are fun. They are fun to watch. Again, there's a link in the description to Cheeseadelphia. Go check them out. Go support them on their next tournament, their next super entertaining StarCraft event. I can't say enough about these guys. They do fun things. Fun things for everyone. Probe coming in from Bales. Going to try to block this off, which is super duper annoying, as, it's a two-player map. You can do this. You can do this. Bales saying, what's up, Suppy? I'm going to try to block your hat, and doing a good job of it. Only taking 2 shots too far, and the block twice. 3 times on the block. Oh, Suppy. Come on, get that base down. Bales might just throw down a pylon at this point, and he does. Oh, and he does throw down the pylon, and he's going to try to block the attempt here at the 3rd base, too. I mean, at this point, if you're Suppy, you pretty much just send another drone out somewhere else and try to take your natural. Oh my gosh, the block once again by Bales. Insane plays. And another pylon goes down. Holy shamoly. Alright, so at this point, Suppy really doesn't have any great options for a second base. I mean, he's checking to see if that was a canceled pylon, and it wasn't. It was definitely not a cancel. Bales, I think, just might head home at this point. Spawning pool is just about to complete, but right now, Suppy's stuck on 1 base. It's such a bad feeling. It is such a bad feeling to be stuck on 1 base as a Zerg player. And yes, this does put Bales behind a little bit. He, actually, Suppy's taking the base up here at the top left. Okay. Alright. I mean, it's far away. It's hard to defend, but you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Anyway, what I was saying was, Bales did spend, 200 minerals in the early game on those 2 pylons. So that slowed down his Nexus, that slowed down his Cybernetics core. He's not on time with anything at this point, and eventually he's going to lose these pylons and really have to account for that. He is. I mean, he's got 39 available supply of 23. So, he's fine. Overlord here for Suppy scouting in, saying that stupid Bales has a Nexus, and I don't even have my 2nd base yet. How is this fair? It's a good question. It's a good question, Suppy. I don't really have an answer for you. Finally able to take that natural hatchery as his 3rd base, and sending up some lings to the pylon at the 3rd section to take his 4th base. This is going to be confusing. As the hatcheries are all going to come up at about the same time, I'm just going to call them normally. The hatchery is the one closest to the main, 3rd directly north of that, and 4th directly north of that. That's what we're going to do from now on. So those of you listening and not watching, I've been trying to do more radio-style casting for you guys, so you know what you're looking at, or knowing what the game is happening even without seeing stuff on the screen, because I know some of you guys listen to me at work. So I'm trying to give you locations on stuff when there are location-specific things happening. Whew. Bales is working on resonating glaives, working on adepts and warp gate research here. The cybernetics core is right here at the natural. Another gateway coming up to complete the wall on the super wide ramp on his natural. Some lings heading on out for Suppy. I don't know what they're going to be able to do. Sure, speed is almost complete. 4 more lings on the way. I guess you have them in case an adept decides to show up and cause trouble in your neighborhood, but otherwise I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. He's just checking for proxy stuff, I guess. Checking for ninja expansions or tech. Suppy's natural base finally pops here. Does not actually take his 3rd, which is going to get problematic with my naming convention. Lings, speedlings, heading across the narrow chasm, the narrow pathway on the bottom side of this map. Lings trying to get on up here, but Mothership Core should be available. Mothership Core not done yet. What? Bales delayed that Mothership Core forever, and it didn't really matter. Didn't really matter, wasn't needed for photon overcharge. These lings just kind of running around that narrow pathway and hanging out. Overlord trying to scout into the main base of Bales, and Bales' sentry tries to kill it, can't quite do it, as the tickle cannon doesn't do a whole lot of damage, unfortunately. Baneling Nest on the way, and a lair for Suppy. Bales is going Dark Shrine, you guys. This like an adept Dark Templar thing. This could be good, actually. Are there no spore crawlers whatsoever for Suppy? And, I mean, he's got a lair, so he can make overseers pretty quickly, which is not a big deal in case DTs do show up, but the reaction time is going to have to be good from Suppy on that. More and more lings on the way. 18 lings in production for Suppy. He should be able to handle these adepts with the number of lings he has, which is 28 and skyrocketing by the moment. And there's the cancel. The adepts decide not to attack into the natural base, instead canceling that sonic transfer, heading right up to the third, again, which is along the left side here. They kill a Zergling and go right after this queen, possibly against the drones. The queen injects before she dies. And the adepts say, you know what, there are speedlings about. They just kind of continue up along the way, maybe scouting, really trying not to get surrounded. And yes, they do get surrounded here. The lings taking them out. How many of these will die before they can transfer? All of them but 2. All of them but 2. Again, you would think lings aren't good against adepts, but they are. They are, if you have enough of them, and they get surrounds. Bam. 2 more adepts die at the Zalnaga Watchtower at the north side of the map. Spire on the way for Suppy. And Warp Prism being warped in with some DTs coming in at the same time. So possibly going to do some DT Warp Prism harass, which is good. Ling's trying to take down this third base of Bales. Can't quite do it. Too many adepts here and a sentry. Mothership Core could photon overcharge as well. The Lings didn't really want to have to deal with that. Overseer scouts in this main base for Bales. Is he going to see the Dark Shrine is our question of the day. He's scouting on the main. He sees the Twilight Council. He doesn't see the Dark Shrine. Oh no, DTs are out, and Suppy does not know that they are coming. Alright, so one of the DTs is heading directly up to that third base along the left side for Suppy. One of them is just kind of sitting here on this narrow path, not doing anything. I feel like a DT that's holding still is a bad DT, but I know that could just be my prejudice showing. This, again, Bale's other DT taking a bit of a pause before moving into this third base and then immediately going after the workers. Bam, 2 drone kills. Getting them 3 drone kills. Getting that 4th drone kill. No, can't quite get it. Killing some larvae instead, which seems like a fine idea. Another DT here in the natural base for Suppy. More and more drones are being killed everywhere here, but there's an Overseer on the way. This DT is going to try to kill as many as possible, up to 8 total drone kills. We're going to make it 9 and 10 and 11 before he gets cleared out. That's pretty good. This DT at the third is still trying to take down this hatchery by his lonesome. There's a Muta morphing in right on top of his face. So unless there's an Overseer, though, it's going to be a difficult kill. Overseer is coming from the natural. Yep, it's going to get there eventually. But in the meantime, this DT might take down this hatch. They hit pretty hard. They hit 45 damage per swipe. Nah, the Overseer's here. And the Banelings explode on the DT, which seems like a waste of Baneling, if you ask me. But whatever. I am not Suppy for sure. Suppy's taking another base, taking his 4th at the gold in the north instead of what it makes more sense along this left side, kind of closer to his other stuff. So he's trying to sneak it, is what he's trying to do. Bales, on the other hand, is being more traditional. 1, 2, 3 bases. It's 64 to 66 workers in favor of Bales right now. And the Mutas are out. Muta's trying to harass at this main base. I don't think Bales saw this coming. Forced to pull all of his probes from his main into his natural. Some Stalkers do warp in and photon overcharge as well. Guardian Shield comes up. The Mutas fly back into the main base, kill another probe that was harvesting gas and did not get the evacuation order, or ignored it. That happens, right? Mutas trying to take down this forge before that +1 attack finishes. I don't know if they have enough DPS to pull it off, but they're going to try. And no, instead they go after a pylon a little bit. Can't kill that either. 3 Stalkers show up. No, it's more than, that's 5 Stalkers. And 6, 7 Stalkers, and more Mutas come in, though, with a photon overcharge, though. That's enough to chase the Mutas away. Overseer gets killed. As it trails behind the Mutas, the Stalkers take care of it. But 15 probe kills right there is good. 57 to 68 workers now. Suppy in the lead. In the lead. Bales, I felt like, had a really nice advantage in the early game, but I think that Mutatech switch really caught him by surprise. Spinecrawler here for defense for Suppy at his natural base, continuing to make Muta. Is he just going mass Muta here? 18, you gotta get Phoenix. Bales, make a Stargate, man. You gotta do it. Muta's flying back into the main base, getting chased away by the Stalkers that do have +1, thanks to that Forge not getting killed in the process of researching +1. And there is an Archon here. That's useful. Muta trying to pick off that Immortal here at the third. Can't quite pull it off. Muta count is currently at 20 with 2 more on the way. Another Overseer dies. They're just so slow. They're not as fast as the Mutas. They end up trailing behind the flock and then get picked off by Stalkers as they try to fly. Oh, free Warp Prism. Free Warp Prism, not as fast. 4.13 move speed versus 5.6 move speed. Gets saved by the Stalkers, though. Good angling there by the Warp Prism, heading down to where the Stalkers are defending. The Stalkers came out to defend it as well. So, I mean, it was teamwork there. Good job by Bales, keeping it alive. Muta's looping back around to attack this third. There are 3 cannons in the mineral line and a Mothership Core with Photon Overcharge available. The Muta's going for it. A lot of cannons. They get the Mothership Core, but a Photon Overcharge does get off there. Cannons chasing them away. Meanwhile, a big attack by Bales coming right up to this natural base of Suppy. Lings and Mutas sitting on the front door of the natural of Bales, though, killing everything right now. It's turning into basically a base race. Archons here, Stalkers here, Lings trying to come in, just getting absolutely murdered. Spinecrawler not doing much of anything here either. Baneling Nest is going to explode here at the natural. Mutas flying back on into this third base, killing everything they can. The cannons are all completely gone. Both players losing scores of workers right now. Just oodles of workers, and Bales is walking right into the main base of Suppy. +1 attack, again, has been completed. 43 probes have been killed, though. What does Bales have left? Bales has 21 probes somewhere. I don't know where they are, but the Muta's trying to fly right into the main base, killing cannons with ease. But his main base is going down as well. This is turning into a straight-up base race, ladies and gentlemen. The lair falls, the Hydralisk den falls. The main base is completely ravaged for Suppy. He has nothing. Luckily, he still has effectively 2 mining bases, whereas Bales, I don't think he's mining at all right now. Where the heck? Okay, he has 4 probes. I was going to say, where does he have 20 probes? He doesn't. He has 4, and his army's coming back. The Mutaflock is coming back here. Is this Archon enough? These 2 Archons and these Stalkers with +2 attack enough to deal with 26 Mutas. We're going to have to wait and see here. And actually, the Mutas come up to defend their gold base. Instead, as Adepts manage to get into the gold, killing every drone here. 15 drones have been killed. It's 26-1 Harvesters, though. Suppy has a very nice lead on this one. A handful of Lings is left behind to try to knock down the buildings that Bales has. And the Mutas, I don't think they want to engage this. The Mutas do kind of find the Stalker Archon group with Guardian Shield available because there are sentries here. Doesn't want to engage straight up, doesn't have to. It's too fast to allow that to happen. A DT going to town at the 3rd, though. Oh no, Suppy's losing more and more stuff. This Dark Templar has 10 total kills. Did manage to get the Spore Crawler. Suppy says, forget it. We're straight up base racing here. He is taking a base at Bale's 4th base location along the top right side. That's going to be sneaky. I don't think Bales knows about that. He does not, but the gold base has been completely destroyed. You got to kill the hatches. You got to kill the hatches to know what Bales has left, or what Suppy has left. Again, the Mutaflock is ginormous. It is so big right now. 32 Mutas. Bales is being revealed as all of his Nexuses are gone. There are some Adepts trying to kill that secret hatch that Suppy was going for. DT did manage to get the hatchery here at the 3rd. And the final base for Suppy, the final hatchery is at this 3rd base location along the left side. Some Mutas, are they coming back to defend that, or what? These Lings doing a pretty good job here on the main base. They are killing pylons. They are killing big-time structures like Twilight Councils and Templar Archives, but they get chased away by an Adept. Killing this other hatchery of Suppy's. This is coming down to the wire. Ladies and gentlemen, they cannot afford to lose these Lings. Suppy tried to use Lings to take out the gateways here at the 3rd of Bales. Did not work out. Didn't work out. Suppy has 33 Mutas and a Ling and 8 workers, and that is it. Army supply, 66-61. But I feel like Bales has the better composition here. Archons are so good against Mutas. Stalkers, good against Mutas. Guardian Shield, good against Mutas. Hallucinating some Stalkers. Hallucinating a Phoenix to fly around and scout things out. Trying to see where that Mutaflock is. There's a Changeling that does morph thanks to the presence of the Phoenix. Muta's trying to fly on in, and Bales doesn't have enough to replan his Nexus. He needs to get out there. I feel like he can't afford to play defense here because Suppy has workers and Suppy has a base. Does he have a base? Where is that DT? Did he die? I think that DT died. Yes. Yes, the DT is gone. As the Units tab shows us, there are no TTs available at all. Cynic transferring some Adepts out to scout what is going on. I mean, you know that Suppy isn't done with hatcheries because he's not been revealed yet. So Bales, let's do this thing. Stalkers come in, try to pick off a few Mutas. They do. They get one. I think they get one. 32 Mutas on the field here. Bale's going to knock down these rocks that help lead from right to left on this map. And just kind of everywhere right now are the Mutas. They're flying around and actually losing some numbers here. Just flying a little bit carelessly too close to the Stalkers. Flying on in, trying to deal with the remainder of these buildings and immediately killing a pylon. Bam! At the 3rd. Depowering one of the gateways, one of the warp gates. Archon does get a splash damage shot off. Not enough to kill any of these Mutas though. And Suppy's mobility is really helping him right now. I just feel like if you're Bales, you can't chase this Mutaflock around forever. It's a losing proposition. I think you just need to go out and kill stuff. I mean, it's going to be difficult. Suppy, where are his buildings? He's got a couple extractors along the left side here. There's some adepts harassing at this third base, but there are spine crawlers that are coming up. Spine crawlers are pretty good defense. As the mutas just go to town on the rest of the stuff in the main base for Bales, killing cannons, killing assimilators, being very careful not to hold too still. As the stalkers show up and murder you in the face, another drone dies there. 6 drones killed. It is 9 workers to 1. Where the heck is that one probe? I guess he's with the army. It doesn't matter. He can't mine anything. There's no nexuses. Go for it, Bales. Go! Go! I know. I know. I know you don't want to leave your buildings, but you can't. You can't win unless you... Oh, he's going back. He's going back to protect his third base, which is a pylon and 3 gateways. That's it. 3 warp gates. Bales has 3 warp gates and a pylon left. The end. The end. The end of it all. Observer goes out, sees where the flock of mutas is, tries to engage them, but again, Suppy's too good to let that happen. He's not going to straight up fight with this. He recognizes it's +2 Archons, +2 Stalkers. Guardian Shield is super great. There's no reason for him to engage, and he's not going to, is the thing. Woo! So Bales is trying to make this thing work as long as he can, but I don't know. I don't know if he can win it is the problem. The mutas fly in the backside. Bales does finally decide to move across the map. The mutas come right on in here. The pylon, the probe can build a pylon. Oh, building an assimilator somewhere. Okay, so losing these warp gates is not the end of the world. Does build an assimilator while he comes on in to kill this final base for Suppy. Stalkers move right on in. Archons here too. The spine crawlers are of no use whatsoever here, but the assimilator gets caught. And is that it for Bales? No, what did he do? He built another assimilator. Oh, he built another assimilator at the last second here. The mutas might come in and just snipe that thing right out though. Another assimilator is made. The mutas, are they engaging here? Archon splash damage is humongous. They try to take out the remaining assimilator. That's it. Oh, Bales is defeated and Suppy is victorious. Wow. What a heads-up move there by Suppy, flying on in and recognizing all that was left for Bales were these assimilators, killing the one flying over. Right? Definitely flying over the Archons and the Stalkers, and did kill a few of them. I mean, in the end, there were only 24 mutas from 32 before. But recognizing all I gotta do is kill that remaining assimilator. That is all that Bales has, and I will win the game. Done. Done! Holy smokes, that was great. All Suppy had left were 6 extractors, a spawning pool, and an evolution chamber. I mean, that is as close and down to the wire as you can get. What a great game. What a great game from Bales and Suppy. Well done, and I'm sorry for you Protoss fans. I know I've been casting some Protoss losses lately. I've seen some Protoss wins, for sure, but Protoss wins have been somewhat hard to come by. I'll do better. I'll do better at finding more of a mix, but holy smokes, that was a good one. All right, so that's it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also support me on Patreon. There's a link in the description here. Donating, again, just as little as $1 or $2 a month is hugely useful to me. Very much appreciated. You can find me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.